Okay, guys, welcome back. We've been on a trip from Arizona for a couple weeks. We just got back. While we were on the trip, we did post a video on tracking your expenses. And, the whole idea of this is trying to get you guys to know where your money is, know where your money is going, and more importantly, get you to the point to where you're telling your money where to go rather than your money telling you where to go. And so a couple weeks ago, we posted that video, and it's, you guys are supposed to be tracking your expenses over the last couple weeks. Now, please continue doing that for the next, couple weeks. We want to do it for a whole month. So if you track it for a whole month, you'll kind of see what you're spending throughout the month. And the idea is just to give you, really to let you know where your money is going. People who tend to be that have done this are shocked to find out what they're spending their money in. And again, I'm not here to tell you where to spend your money. That's up to you. But, most people, they just don't even know where they're spending their money. At the end of the month, the money's just gone. And so by tracking every single dollar that gets spent for a month, it just lets you be aware of where it is so that you can start making smart decisions on where to spend your money and what's important to you. And again, that's a decision for you to make. But this is another Wednesday, and so we're kind of Build Your Wealth Wednesday here. And so we're trying to give you the tools that you need to get you to the next level, to get you to where you can get out of the situation that you're in, get you out of a rental situation, get you into a home buyer situation, get you buying your first home, or get you into your first rental property. We're trying to get you into a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. And if you want to know why, then watch the video on the Phoenix fourplex. I'll link it up here for you guys. You can watch it after this video. So now that you've tracked your expenses for the last week, what we're going to do is we're going to put together a budget. So instead of your money telling you where to go, you're telling your money where to go. So I'll make this commitment to you guys now as well. I'm going to upload a budget template for you so you guys have something. As my channel continues to grow and our channel becomes popular and it starts making some money, I will reinvest in you guys. Look, I say this is our channel because I'm the one providing the content, but this is going to be successful because of you guys. You guys are subscribing. You guys are commenting down below. You're engaging with me. And unlike other YouTube channels, I'm going to reinvest in you guys. I will continue to provide some free content as far as software for you guys to use. I'll try to develop some apps for you once our YouTube channel does better. I mean, I'm not going to come out of pocket for it, but as we generate some income here, I'll invest back into you guys. So with that said, I need your help to help triple D this video here. We want to define this video by smashing that like button and making some comments down below. We want to develop this channel by subscribing. You guys subscribing will really help out this channel. And I really can't monetize until we get to a certain level. So, please subscribe. And then more importantly, we want to deliver this. So help deliver this video by sharing it with someone who you think would benefit from the information. And, the most of all, this doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Just takes a few seconds. And that is a double D on your triple D. So let's get into the content now. So I put together this budget. I uploaded it. It should be down below in the comments section. I also put it on our website, and I'll show you how to access it there under free stuff. But let's get into the budget, and I'll show you how to use it and what to do.
Okay, so we're talking about the budget. I put links down below. At least they should be in the description, but if not, you can also get them on my website. So if you just go to acostaliving.com, you can see here we got our videos. Suggest that you check them out. And then under free stuff, we have your free Webull account, and then we have the budgets here that I just did. And so I uploaded two budgets, but they're the same budget, just one was done in Sheets, one was done in Excel. And again, when you save it in Sheets, it's done in Excel. So Excel gives you a little more flexibility, but if you don't have Microsoft Excel, then you can get Google Sheets. It's same thing. They're free. Google Sheets is free. So if you click on the budget, it will download it. and you'll see down here on the bottom it should download for you. So just open it up. So you need to enable editing so that you can actually fill it out. Enable editing. Scroll up to the top. I'm going to double click this, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this is your basic personal budget. Now, many of you probably know how to fill out a budget, but some of you don't. And again, the whole premise of my show is that the things that they should have taught you in school, but they never did. So we're going to go over this as if you have never seen one before or you don't know how to fill one out. So kind of like we did a couple weeks ago, we had you track your expenses. You wrote down what your income was, and you hopefully were tracking the dollars that you spent over the last couple weeks. Continue doing that for 30 days, just so you get a whole month's worth of expenses, let you know where you're at. And 2 weeks ago, what that's doing, because you're just tracking where you spend your money, you don't really have a game plan for where you spend your money. That's really your money telling you where it's going at the end of the month. What a budget does is, a budget is you telling your money where to go. This is where I want my money to go. As it comes in, this is where I'm going to put it. This is where I'm budgeting it. This is where I'm going to spend it. So it's a very important mind shift of you telling your money where to go versus your money telling you where it went. Kind of like you telling your kids or allowing your kids to go do something versus your kids coming back and going, oh yeah, I went out and did this. But anyway, so the way that this works is you have these income totals here, and wherever there's an income total, either at the end or on the bottom here, there's formulas in here. And again, if you're not familiar with Excel, if you click on this, these are called cells. If you click on the cell, it'll say equal sum B5 through B7. So it's adding B5 through B7 cells. Don't worry about that. You don't have to know how to do that. It's already done for you. So wherever there's income totals, just don't put any numbers. You want to put numbers where there's above it. So like for wages, let's just put $3,000. And you'll watch what happens down here. It changes to $3,000 because it's adding these up. Now this form is for you guys, so you can change this form. So like interest and dividends, I don't have interest and dividends. So then change this. Maybe this is a second job. And then you could put in, I make $1,000. And maybe this is a side hustle. Maybe you're buying stuff on Craigslist and reselling it, or buying used sporting equipment and reselling it. I mean, we'll do a future video on side hustles because, again, we're trying to get you to the point where you can buy your first property. So now you got your wages in there. What you're going to go through is you're going to enter in the rest of the stuff. What's your mortgage and rent? What's your utilities? Might be $200 a month. Very few people have home telephones anymore, but again, you can change this. So maybe this is might be internet. So again, you guys go through this and do this. So these are just different categories. We talked about categories a couple weeks ago, and this is why I was saying that if you kind of put them in classifications, you'll kind of see where they need to go. So you have your home, your daily living, your transportation, entertainment, health, vacations. Now, again, this is a budget, so this is where you want your money to go. So maybe you're not necessarily taking a vacation every month, but what you're going to do is maybe you're going to plan $50 a month because in December you travel home for the holidays and go visit your parents and it costs you $500. So you put $50 a month away, and then at the end of the year you have the money set aside for it. But anyway, so you fill this out however you want to, but this again is where you're telling where you want your money to go. Dues and subscriptions. You guys might not have magazines and newspapers, but you're going to have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. You can change this stuff to accommodate for you. Same thing for clothing. Maybe you're not spending money every month on clothing, but you're going to budget for it. And then when you're all done, what this is going to do is it's going to take the income up on top, It's going to take all of these totals, so the totals for the dues and subscriptions, the totals for personal, the totals for finance. It's going to take all those and add that to your total expenses. Now, I didn't fill all this out, but really it has the $1,800 here from my home expenses, and it has the $50 here from my vacation. That's where it's getting the $1,850. So it's taking my total income minus my total expenses. It's giving me my cash short or extra. Do I have any left over at the end of the month, or am I short at the end of the month? Now, obviously, if you're short at the end of the month, you have a deficit, and unlike the government, you can't spend more than you make. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to adjust some things. You don't have that much money. Now, of course, you can put on credit cards and that kind of stuff, which obviously we don't want to do here on a Costa Living, because that's just too much of a cost of living. But anyway, so you'll make adjustments where you can, so that at the end you at least break even. What we want you to do is we want you to have an additional funds, because again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to save you that money to get you into the first house or get you into your first rental. Again, the other video that we did, for example, that place in Phoenix, that was the average cost of a home is $300,000. If you guys are going to occupy it, you're looking at minimum getting into a home of 3%, which is $9,000. So we're trying to budget $10,000 to get you into your first home. Hopefully your first home is a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. We talked about the benefits of that. Essentially, if you get into a fourplex, let's just say, as we did here, our rent's $1,500 a month. If we can rent out those other 3 units, chances are you can live in that 4th unit rent-free. Think about that for a second. You buy one property, you rent out the other 3 units, and now your rent is free. Very powerful. And then what you do is you start renting out the other bedrooms in your unit, not because you want roommates, but because you're going to move and buy another one, and you'll have your unit rented out. So now you have $6,000 coming in from that one property. $1,500 is cash, hopefully cash flow, because the other 3 units were paying for all the expenses. And now you added $1,500 a month to your income, and you're buying unit number 2. You're buying the second property. Again, that's down the road, but we've covered some of that. This budget thing is just for you to tracking your expenses, figuring out where you want your money to go, and getting you to a point where you can start saving up enough money, and you can see and you can track that, so that you can buy your second property or buy your first property. And so that's what the budget does. And so what we're going to do is fill this out the best you can. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Again, this is just a resource for you guys, and so we want you to have this. It's free. Edit it, change it the way that you want it to go, and we will go from there. Thanks a lot.
Well, guys, that's the budget. Hopefully it's a tool that you see beneficial to you. Hopefully you actually use it. When you write things down, they become more concrete, and it's something that has a more impact on you, and it becomes more effective. So, I just implore you to take the time, write this down, use the budget, know where your money's going. And then, next time we'll get into the fact of, starting to build your credit. If we can get you from having your money just disappear to having where your money goes, and having you start saving some extra money to put away for that down payment. And if you're not there yet, you're not making enough money, we'll do some videos on a side hustle, and there's lots of stuff on YouTube. You can look up a side hustle. I'll give you some ideas maybe next week on building your wealth, on how to create a side hustle, create some additional income. Really, we don't need much. I mean, $100 a week is all we need, and you can get there in a couple of years with a down payment while we build your credit. If you want to do a little bit more, save $200 a week, and you'll get there by the end of the year to go buy a piece of property. It's really all up to you guys. And then the next thing too we want to work on is starting to build that credit up. So if you don't have a good credit score right now, everything's done on credit. We'll start to introduce you to some different ways that you can build your credit as well. So get your money where it is, save some money for a down payment, get your credit where it is, and in 12 months, we get you into a house. So let's work on that. You guys subscribe, please. Down below doesn't take you much time. I appreciate it. And understanding how your money works, where it goes, explaining where your money goes so that you're telling it where to go, understanding your credit scores, buying your investment property, buying your first home. That, my friends, that is a Costa Living. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.